There's a tuition-free scholarship for adults 18 to 23 years old. That's what I said, free. It's called the Accelerating Independence Scholarship. It's like fast-tracking into a career you love, can make money in, and a career with a future. Find out more about Tulsa Tech's Accelerating Independence Scholarship at tulsatech.edu.
Ready to get back in the game? Great news! The movement experts at Physical Therapy Central can help you find relief and results and keep you off the sidelines. With over 30 convenient locations across Oklahoma City and beyond, contact PT Central today at ptcentral.org to see a physical therapist.
In our business and at our firm, it's all about preparation, preparation, preparation. We are advocates for our client. We speak for them. So as a part of that advocacy, it involves hiring the best experts. It's doing the legal research. It's doing the medical research. That is advocacy behind the scenes. It's not just the bells and whistles in front of the jury.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
Got plans after the game? Head down to Enon Brewing Company. We've got something for everyone. In addition to a full kitchen and 18 different taps, we have something going on every evening of the tournament. Join us on Thursday from 6 to 8 for trivia, and we've got live music starting at 7 on Friday with Brett Walburn, and Saturday starting at 7 with Scott Lothman. We also have our weekend dinner special where we're bringing you our famous farm-to-table chicken fried steak. Grab your drink coupon from the hospitality room and head on over. We hope to see you soon.
Day in and day out, you're committed. Every practice, every training, every game, every meet, you put in the work. Your fans may not see it, but you do. You have a story to tell, a personal brand, a career to launch, and an audience to connect with. Take control of your story with Athleon.co. You're doing the work. You deserve to benefit from it.
It is a celebration of high school baseball at David Allen Memorial Ballpark in beautiful downtown Enid, Oklahoma. It is the Oklahoma Baseball Coaches Association 2024 All-State Games. 3 ball games coming your way this afternoon, featuring the best high school seniors across the great state of Oklahoma. I am Tom Nelson, joined by Zach Friesen. We've had a chance to do this tournament, this event the last 3 years. So much fun to watch these seniors play baseball, some of them for the last time as they go on to different sports that are next level.
Absolutely. Gives them one last chance, like you mentioned, to go out here, have a little fun, compete with some new friends that they've made throughout the week, and just show what they can do.
Yeah, we're going to see some great players. And one thing I will tell you that I've learned after broadcasting this the past couple of years, the rosters are going to be a little bit fluid. Kids are going to come and go. We're going to try to keep our eye on that and try to it's like herding cats sometimes in an all-star game. But we've got some great talent on the field, and we'll talk about that as we go along. But that's what's so much fun about this. The middle size schools all-star game is first, the Middle West versus the Middle East. And then 2 more games after that. The big schools will play next, and then the smaller schools will play in our night game. 1 o'clock, 3:30, and then 6 o'clock for our final game tonight. Overcast skies here in Enid, 78 degrees. But really, as long as the rain stays away and there's some light showers in the forecast, we can play through that as long as the lightning stays away. But we should have a good day for baseball. It's nice and cool. The sun's not going to beat down on the fans down there.
Absolutely. Looks like so far we're looking pretty lucky right now. Everything's staying south of I-40 for the most part. So looks like we're going to have some good luck today.
So you're our official weather guy for the day
I got
as well. You just have us covered on that, and we'll call the ball game and go from there. Yeah,
And for those of you looking for someone to blame whenever the rain inevitably does fall on us in the middle of a game, you can blame me.
You betcha. Let's go ahead and run through the rosters really quick for the All-State ball games. First of all, for the Middle East team, Connor Johnson from Salina, Carson Wiggins from Roland, Jaden Gould from Stigler. He'll be the starting pitcher for the Middle East. Dakota Angeleski from Sperry, Luke Patterson from Verdigris, Aiden Berry from Glenpool, Jackson Clubb from Heavener, Preston Gajewski from Perkins Tryon, Hunter Sparks from Spiro, Cale Winfrey from Adair, Dax Collins from Poto, Beckham Smith from Perkins Tryon, Brady Benham from Sperry, Maverick Williamson from Salina, Brock Struan from Sallisaw, and Wyatt Pierce from Fort Gibson. The coaches for the Middle East, Matt Simmons from Salina and Kevin Miner from Perkins Tryon. For the All-State Middle West team, Cash Mayfield from Elk City, Grayson Barnes from Tuttle, Julius Ejike Charles, will see him starting on the mound for the West from Heritage Hall, Caden Phelan from Blanchard, Kyler Zogger from Perry, Logan Pelsano from Chickasha, Caden Woods from Heritage Hall, Riley Boyd from Elk City, Braylon Brooks from Tuttle, Marlon Moore from Washington, Carson Howe from Blanchard, and then Mason Wire from Jones, Mikey Iglinski from Bishop McGinnis, Jet Farmer from Jones, Brody Harris from Lone Grove, Dax McCaskill from Washington, Cal Sutterth from Lone Grove, and Mason Holding from Marlow. John Morgan from Marlow, the state champions. He's the head coach of the Middle West. And we like to get those names in there, get everybody mentioned right off the top, and then we try to fill in as we go from there.
Yeah, kind of as you mentioned earlier, it's a little bit of a challenge once the game gets going and pieces start moving all over the place. So definitely, like you mentioned, get their names out there at least once early on.
Well, let's take a look at the starting pitcher for the East as he is warming up right now on your screen. Jaden Gould, he's a big kid, 6'7", 250 pounds. Actually, I kind of know how that feels. I'm 6'7", 250, so I kind of know how that feels. And he doesn't know where he's going to play yet at the next level as far as what I can tell. But in the summertime, he plays with the OKC Sandlot team. They've come up here and played a lot in the summertime, so he is pretty familiar, I would imagine, with that mound. Artificial turf infield with the artificial turf mound, and then the grass in the outfield. And so away we go. And Braylon Brooks will step in to lead off for the Middle West. And Braylon Brooks from Tuttle. His squad made the state tournament this year in Class 4A. And he stands in from the right side. First of 3 All-Star games coming your way, and Gould's first pitch is sprayed down the right side, fouled out of play, 84 on the gun, and the count goes to 0-1.
Something you might see quite a bit of today. Kids are going to want to go out there swinging right off the first pitch, so they'll be anxious to get a piece of the action early.
That's one thing about it. Yeah, you may as well get out there and swing, and he drives one foul down the other side, left side now to play. So he's quickly down in the count. 0-2. Dax McCaskill will bat next. Braylon Brooks, the Tuttle Tiger. Jaden Gould looks for his first strikeout. High and tight. There you go. That'll get the blood flowing a little bit.
Just because it's an exhibition doesn't mean you can't have a little brushback.
Exactly right. 1-2 the count. There's been a lot of baseball in this stadium over the past week. The 1-2. Breaking pitch stayed high in the count, even 2-2. We just wrapped up the NJCAA Division II World Series here last night. About 11 o'clock I got out of here. I'm the main PA guy for that. And packed house all week long. And the number 1 team in the country, LSU Eunice from Eunice, Louisiana, won the championship. And a swing and a miss. And I tell you what, he looks pretty darn good.
Yeah, he's done a couple of breaking pitches so far. They've looked pretty good. That one that went for ball 2, that was a very close pitch, and he got him to chase on strike 3.
So Dax McCaskill will step in. And the first pitch is popped up to short right field. That is Wyatt Pierce out there who makes the play for 2 outs. That'll bring up Cale Sutterth. He's from Lone Grove. He's coached by Tyler Pybus. Stands in from the left side. Jaden Gould looks for a 1-2-3 first inning. Well, he'll probably go a couple of innings here. They've got a pretty good rotation figured out ahead of time on the pitching. That ball is fouled off at the plate. And the count 0-1. Yeah, this is. I will just come out and say it. This is one of the nicest high school baseball fields in the country, let alone the state of Oklahoma. So really, it's a perfect venue for this event. Was built 25 years ago. They're having a 25th anniversary celebration a little later this summer. Been a lot of really, really good talent that has played on this field. 0-2 pitch. Sprayed foul left side out of play. If Sutter can get on, we'll see Carson Howe next. Here's the rock and the fire on the 0-2. Low and outside. The defensive set for the Middle East. Beckham Smith and Brady Benham. Left field, center field, Wyatt Pearson right. Cale Winfrey at third. Preston Gajewski at short. Hunter Sparks at second. Maverick Williamson at first. And Aiden Berry behind the plate. 1-2. Bouncer to the shortstop. Played by Gajewski. Throws to first in time. A 1-2-3 inning in the top of the first. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the first. We'll take a break. You're watching the Oklahoma Coaches Association All-Star Games on Squirtle.
East River Roustabout, centrally located in Oklahoma, provides construction services specifically tailored for oilfield projects. Our team consists of highly skilled, experienced professionals who offer a wide range of services in construction, maintenance, and operations, focusing on both upstream and midstream sectors. With a combined 44 years of experience in pipeline and roustabout services, our team leads have a proven track record of success for major energy companies. So call the team at East River Roustabout today, 405-849-5156.
A one-stop shop for all of your livestock care needs. 81 Feed and Seed is conveniently located on Highway 81 in Enid and Medford. We have everything you need: feed and show supplements, veterinary supplies, livestock handling, tack and equipment, gardening supplies, and even a new pair of boots. 81 Feed and Seed, your trusted agricultural supplier.
For over a century, Sooner Plains Ag has been at the heart of our communities. Sooner Plains Ag is proud to support all area students and athletes from their hometowns and yours. Sooner Plains Ag is ready to service your grain, fertilizer, and farm supply needs. You can also fill up at one of their 2 convenience stores in Fairview and Mino. Sooner Plains Ag is honored to serve their member owners in their 4-county area for more than 100 years. Sooner Plains Ag, farmers helping farmers. It's that simple.
Bottom of the first inning at David Allen Ballpark in Enid. The Middle West came up scoreless in the top of the first. For the Middle East, it'll be Preston Gajewski, Wyatt Pearson, Brock Strew, and they'll face Julius Ajike Charles, the pitcher for the Middle West. And he is from Heritage Hall. And he is going to play D1 baseball at Tulane. And he faces Gajewski, Preston Gajewski from Perkins Tryon, who is the son of the head softball coach at OSU, who just saw their season come to maybe a little bit of a premature end of the World Series, if you could have a premature end of the World Series. They were expecting maybe a little bit more. Count is 1-1. Back to the screen, the count 1-2. And that's one thing to think, or 2-1, excuse me. That's one thing to think about in this event. You've got pitchers and catchers who have never been on the same page. So you're going to see a little bit of this.
Yeah, definitely, definitely a filling out period. That's why what we saw out of Gould in the top half of the inning was so
very impressive,
prominent, is because he just looked like he and his catcher had been on the same page for months.
3-1 count. The lefty deals. Yeah, Julius Ajike Charles, 5'11", 170. Like I said, from Heritage Hall High School, and he gives up a walk, a leadoff walk. Here's Wyatt Pierce from Fort Gibson. He is the all-star utility player. And he grounds one right to the first baseman, and they turn two to short for one and back to first in time. That's nicely done. Started by the first baseman, Dax McCaskill. McCaskill to Braylon Brooks and back to McCaskill. So quickly two down on the kind of 3-6-3.
Yeah, it was a good pick. Kind of got caught an in-between hop there, but he did a good job. Usually the turf will give you a pretty honest bounce, so that I'm sure that helped a little bit.
Here's Brock Struan, the DH. From Salisaw, way over on the east side. Made a long drive into Enid. Low one in. And that's right, the Salisaw Black Diamonds. I left some money in the casino there a couple of months ago, too. Counts 3-0. Left it for somebody. Takes the strike on 3-0, so now 3-1. 2 outs here, bottom of the first inning. We're going 7 in these all-star games, so swing and a miss. Popped at 84 on the gun. And we are full 3-2. Sprayed foul. Watch out. There's a mama down there taking pictures that just about got hit.
Almost caught the ricochet off the dugout.
And she's right back to taking pictures.
Doesn't miss a beat. What a pro.
She's a pro. 3-2 with 2 outs here, bottom of the first. Sprayed foul above the first base dugout. We get one more pitch here. I'll get the defensive set for the West squad. Oh, there's a drive to left field. That's in the gap. That could be trouble. That's going to go all the way to the wall. Heading for second is Struan. He's going to go for 3. The throw will be cut off and not in time. A triple with 2 outs for Brock Struan.
A good piece of hitting there. He worked an AB, fought off a couple tough pitches, and then just waited for a mistake, and he pounced on it.
That'll bring Maverick Williamson, from Salina. Defensive set behind Julius Ajike Charles, Mike Iglinski, Jet Farmer, and Brody Harris in the outfield from left to right. Carson Howe at third, Braylon Brooks at shortstop, Mason Weir at second, Dax McCaskill at first, and Caden Woods behind the dish. So the runner at third, and a pitch high to Maverick Williams. And the count 1-0. We'd love to manufacture that run. Get it in from third here somehow. 1-0 pitch. Low and in and 2-0. Takes a strike. 2-1. Well, I tell you what, you want to watch a lot of all-star action this summer, you don't go any further than Squirtle.tv. We've got all kinds of games coming your way, including a bunch of all-state basketball games yesterday, a bunch of Coaches Association all-star games in Edmond. This here today, and then we've got the all-state games later on. We've got the Squirtle festivals. You think high school sports is over when May wraps up? That is not the case on Squirtle.
Not at all.
2-2. Little low. We are full at 3-2. So big pitch right here for Julius Ajike Charles trying to get out of this inning. Leave that runner at third. Strike 3. Nice pitch on the inner half. And he will get out of it. His first strikeout in the bottom of the first inning for the Middle East. No runs, a hit, that triple, a walk. And 1 left on base. No score after 1. We'll take a break and be right back. You're watching the OBCA All-State Games on Squirtle.
Alma State Bank and Trust Company. Older than Oklahoma. Big enough to serve you and small enough to know you. We've been around since 1901, proudly serving the communities of Northwest Oklahoma and Southern Kansas. We are making banking easy. Whether you're at home, in the office, or waiting for the next quarter to start, our online or mobile banking options help you to juggle busy schedules and financial needs. So stop by and see us at any of our locations in Alva, Burlington, Freedom, Enid, and Kiowa, Kansas. We plant roots where others have branches. Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Enabling local. Sidwell Distribution is a local business that loves supporting Northwest Oklahoma schools and businesses. We are here to service all of your concession stands, restaurants, food trucks, churches, and more. With candy, paper goods, fried food basics, and even local products, we will exceed your expectations with competitive pricing and excellent service.
When your business is agriculture, you want a bank behind you that doesn't cut and run at the first sign that there will be some tough times ahead. There are good years and there are always bad years. At Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, we're here for them all. Agriculture, it's the backbone of our local community. We believe in it. We invest in it. We're here for the long haul. If you're in agriculture, it's time to let Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma make your best even better. Contact a loan officer today. Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, the area's leading lender in agriculture.
Top of the second for the West, Carson Howe will lead off as he faces Jaden Gould, his second inning of work, and he sprays that one back and out of play foul. Carson Howe, his team at Blanchard made it to the state championship game. They were beaten by Marlowe, and he is on his way to play at the next level at Murray State College, going down to Tishmingo. And Murray State is a team that will be they come into Enid every year playing NOC Enid, and they've been in the World Series a couple of times. One bouncer to the shortstop, nice play. That's Preston Gajewski making the play over there.
Definitely a nice player there by Gajewski. You waited for the good hop. He knows, I'm sure he's familiar with playing on the turf up here, so definitely a nice play there. He's made a few of them so far.
That's true, Gajewski. I tell you what, his dad, a great softball coach at OSU. He's got it in the blood. Here's Mason Weir, high and tight. Mason Weir is from Jones. Swing and a miss. Count is even 1-1. So Jaden Gould has retired the first four batters he's faced. And I would bet this is his last inning of work. So we talked about him as he was warming up in the pregame. 6'7", 250, a very imposing figure, the right-hander on the mound. 2-1. Swing and a miss, 2-2. 86 on the gun.
Yeah, an 86 paired with that breaker that he snapped off a few times. That's quite a combo right there.
Jaden Gould from Stigler. That pitch low when we go full 3-2. Gould struck out the first batter he faced, and Braylon Brooks, he'll look for strikeout number 2 right here with one out in the top of the second. Fouled right side. Todd Miller will be coming in to take over my seat in games number 2 and 3. This is what my, I went on vacation and missed the first couple 3 days of the JUCO World Series, but there's a ball fly to right. Wyatt Pierce will run under it, and he can't make the play. That wind coming in from right was pushing it away from him, and it drops in for a base hit.
Yeah, before the game, I actually commented saying there wasn't a ton of wind, but it's shifted quite a bit so far here in the early innings. So yeah, definitely played a factor there. That was made that play a lot tougher than initially thought.
Here's Mike Oglinski from Bishop McGuinness. Mikey Oglinski, as it says in the program. First pitch, a strike. See if that runner at first goes. A swing and a miss. The ball dropped. The throw down to second and sliding in safely. You've got to give Aiden Berry a little bit of credit there. The catcher fumbled it, but got off a good throw and made it close at second base.
Yeah, he did a good job of keeping the ball nearby. That's a tough ball to keep close, but he did a good job of keeping it in the vicinity and making it a close play at second.
Pitch was a strike, so the count's 0-2. Breaking pitch just misses inside, 69 on the gun, and the count 1-2. Mikey Aglinski doesn't know where he's going to go yet, from what we can tell. Bouncer foul. He's 6'3", 175. Count remains 1-2. Both teams have a hit. Neither team has a run here early on, top of the second inning. Jaden Gould trying to get out of the second unscathed in his second inning of work, and he strikes out Mike Aglinski, his second.
And once again, we saw him using the breaking ball to get that strike three. That's been his best pitch so far today. He's doing a good job of mixing it in.
So here is Jet Farmer. He's from Jones. Luke Yost is coach. First pitch is a strike, and the count 0-1 to Jet. 6'2", 190. He's going to play baseball at the next level at Seminole State. At the NJCAA Division I level in Seminole. So from Jones to Seminole, not a bad drive. We'll have lots of family and friends get a chance to watch him play for a while. 1-1. Took something off of it and found the strike zone. 75 on the gun. The count is 1-2. Glance back to the runner at second base by Jaden Gould. Runner goes, and there's a ball sprayed to right center field. That'll score the run and might be extra bases. Played out there by Wyatt Pierce. And a double and an RBI for Jet Farmer.
You think those two have done that once or twice this season?
I bet they have. Carson Howe comes in to score, and the Middle West draws first blood, leading 1-0, and that'll bring up Caden Woods. Caden Woods from the Hall, Heritage Hall in Oklahoma City. So a couple of hits, a single and a double. And the Middle West is on top 1-0.
Gould struggling a little bit more this inning. First inning was about as easy as it could be, but West doing a good job of adjusting and making him work a little bit more this half.
Caden Woods is 5'11", 175, stands in, as you see, from the right side. The 2-0 pitch, now 2-1, fouled off. Here at the ballpark in Enid, 328 down the left field line, 363 to the power alley in left, 390 to center field, 369 to the power alley in right. Then down that right field line, you've got the short porch, 300 feet, which is usually into the prevailing south breeze, which is what we have today. Some of those JUCO World Series players can make this ballpark look pretty darn small, but I don't think we saw as many home runs this year as we've seen in the past. Hit him. So now 2 on, 2 out for Brody Harris. Brody Harris from Lone Grove High School. Bounces it right back to the pitcher. Jaden Gould fields and makes the play. And that should take care of Jaden Gould's 2 innings of work. In the top of the second inning, the Middle West picks up a run on 2 hits. There was a hit batter. And after 1.5, 1-0, the West over the East. We'll take a break and be right back. It's the OBCA All-State game on Squirtle.
For more than a century, you have made St. Mary's your healthcare choice. It might be our dedication, compassion, and skill, or the personalized patient experience. Perhaps it is our award-winning, high-quality care. Whatever your reason, you trust St. Mary's will offer advanced technology and comprehensive care close to home. Learn more about our services at stmarysregional.com.
This is Game Time. Neptune Game Time creates a high-energy game day atmosphere that your players and fans will love. Every song in our database is 100% lyric safe, which means you can stop screening music for good. Game Time also provides custom messaging to help you promote your upcoming events, concessions, and event-specific announcements. And it gives you the opportunity to sell sponsorships on your station that will generate revenue for your athletic department. Amp up your game day with Game Time.
Julius at GK Charles will begin his second inning of work. The Heritage All-Star will face Cale Winfrey, Hunter Sparks, and Beckham Smith here. Cale Winfrey from Adair. 6 foot tall, 150 pounds. And he's playing third base today in this All-Star game. So glad to have you with us from the OBCA All-State Games at David Allen Ballpark in Enid. First of 3 games coming your way. First pitch from the lefty, Charles at GK Charles. This is the count 1-0. Count evens 1 apiece. Tom Nelson, Zach Friesen with you. Camden Billy, Ella Sunken, Toby Young, the Squirtle crew here today. Of course, Adam Dieselhurst here as well. Adam kind of saved our backside, had to go make a run for a piece of equipment here in the pregame.
Nothing if not timely. He got it back in here with about 15 minutes to spare.
Count is even 2-2 with Hunter Sparks in the on-deck circle. Three-two pitch. Popped fouling out of play.
To the East squad, they're making GK Charles work a bit. So all but one batter he's faced has gone to a full count so far.
And a walk. So Winfrey, the leadoff base runner. And that'll bring up Hunter Sparks. From Spyro, Coach DJ Gist. And it hits him. So now a couple of base runners.
Looks like a recurring theme here. Second inning of work, a little bit more stressful on each of
Yeah.
these two pitchers.
Well, these guys haven't played for, what, a couple, 3 weeks?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm sure
3
with
weeks,
school
month.
getting out, graduation, they haven't been thinking about a lot of baseball. Right, but having some fun wrapping up their high school careers. That pitch just misses outside.
Yeah, can't say we blame them there.
Exactly. To Beckham Smith. Beckham Smith from Perkins Tryon. Say Beckham Smith. I don't think these stats are complete, but through a pretty good sample of the season, batted D3.
That'll work.
Yeah. 1-1 pitch, low and in. And the count 2-1. Two-one pitch, the count now 3-1. And Julius Ajike Charles, a little bit of a struggle here in the bottom of the second inning. 2 on, nobody out. His team leading 1-0, but the East is threatening here. And there's ball 4. Bases will be loaded with no outs. Everybody moves up 90 feet. It is the third walk given up, also a hit batter. That'll bring up Brady Benham. Excuse me. He's from Sperry.
So it looks like I have a little conference on the mound right now. Try and settle him down a little bit. Try and get those nerves under wraps.
Now, Brady Benham playing baseball here today. But on the wrestling mat, 4 state championships in 4 years.
Some would call that impressive.
Yeah, a wrestling four-peat. So I got a feeling baseball might not be in the future for him. I mean, I'm sure he's a great baseball player, but boy, you're that kind of a wrestler.
Yeah, if you win 1 championship, that's impressive. Let alone 4 straight. That's you might have a future there.
In there for a strike, and the count evens at 1 apiece. Trying to see if I can find out if he signed anywhere. Sprays at foul right side. Count now 2-2. Bases loaded, nobody out. Oh, take strike 3. That's a huge pitch by Julius Ajike Charles to get the first out of the inning.
And that's a huge pitch. That's a huge decision to go with the breaking ball there. That's he's been struggling with strikes, but have the confidence to throw a breaking ball for strike 3 there. That's huge.
That'll bring up Aiden Berry from Glenpool. Takes a strike, the count 0-1. Jackson Clubb waits in the on-deck circle. 1-1. Oh, hit him. And that will bring in a run. So Cale Winfrey will walk in from third base and tie the game up at 1. Everybody moves up 90 feet. And a second hit batter. Keep in mind, you've got these base runners. The one run that has come in, it's been 2 walks and 2 hit batters. Not yet a hit in the half inning. So here's Jackson Club. Take it back. Let me see here. We're going to get a courtesy runner, and there's about 5 number 1s on the roster. Trying to see what that uniform says over there. Matter of fact, this is one of those Jackson Club. Okay. Club from Heavener. And this here at the bottom of the order is where it begins to get interesting. Let's see. We've got a 22 coming. Okay, Cole Hamlin's going to come up next. They're batting more than 9. I remember the first year I did this broadcast, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah,
I'm used to it now. I'm just putting down 11, 12 names here and assuming they're going to come to the plate.
Yeah, as the guy who's doing the official scoring and the stats and everything, it makes you stay on your toes, that's for sure.
No doubt. So the count is 2-2 to Jackson Club. Struck him out. Well, I'll tell you what, if Julius Ejike Charles can get out of this with only giving up 1 run, he'll go back to that dugout feeling pretty good about himself.
Absolutely. And he's, like we said, it's kind of stretching into the first inning. He had a little bit of control issues, but whenever he's dialed it in, he's been painting corners.
So this should be Cole Hamlin. Yep. Number 22. And Cole Hamlin is from Stigler. He was added to the team late, so he's not in the program, but never fear, we got that covered. I'm not going to say we're going to be perfect on this, but we did get that covered. Counts 1-2 to him. Fouled out of play. You are just joining us. Overcast day in Northwest Oklahoma here in Enid. Really nice for the fans and players, though. 76 degrees as long as it stays dry, and right now it's staying dry. High and outside, here comes a run in from third. Boy, he was 1 pitch from getting out of it. Not any further damage. But that pitch was way high and outside. Got away from the catcher, Caden Woods.
For a second, it looked like it might be even more trouble because it bounced all the way past the dugout. So for a second, the runner at second base, Smith, he looked like he might give a look to try and stretch that one home as well.
So the count 2-2. Now 3-2, low and in. Three-two pitch. Takes a tight one, ball 4. So that is 4 walks now, plus 2 hit batters for Julius Ejike Charles. And back to the top of the order we go. Preston Gajewski, who walked to lead off the ball game, stands in there for the. Wait a second here.
Looks like it's Jaden Gould getting
Jaden Gould's going to get a bat here. And this is why I don't use my normal stat sheet. I put it on a big yellow piece of paper because you just never know.
Yeah, with games like today, and like you mentioned, a lot of guys having the same number, you start memorizing accessories.
Yep, and he just struck out on 3 pitches. So 4 strikeouts for Julius Ejike Charles. But the Middle East comes up with 2 runs in the bottom of the second inning. They lead 2-1. We'll take a break. It's the OBCA All-State Games, the middle-sized schools taking center stage here, and you're watching it on Squirtle.
Anger, anxiety, worry, and disbelief, these are normal emotions to feel with an unplanned pregnancy. You have options, and you are not alone. Hope Pregnancy Center in Alva is a safe, confidential, and compassionate place to land. Hope offers free pregnancy testing and ultrasound, and you will be provided education for all your options. Remember, you aren't alone. We can help with hope. Visit thinkunpregnant.org. That's thinkunpregnant.org.
Are you looking for a local, reliable propane provider? Earnhardt Oil and Propane has been serving customers throughout Oklahoma since 1971. Let them tailor a pricing option to fit your budget. Avoid winter price spikes with easy pay, steady, predictable monthly payments you can count on. Need more fuel options? They also offer bulk fuel delivery, DEF, lubricants, and supplies for your business, all at competitive prices. For reliability 3 generations strong, call Earnhardt Oil and Propane at 866-270-1279 or visit www.earnhardtpropane.com.
Why be a ranger? At Northwestern, with small classes, you can be seen. With over 40 programs from business to nursing, you can be career driven. With a campus home away from home, you can be independent. With over half our students graduating without student loans, you can be debt free. And with a mosaic of cultures, you can be you. Northwestern, success lives here.
Well, the Jaden Gould's demise on the mound in this game was premature because he's right back out there in the top of the 3rd inning. We thought he'd go 2 and go enjoy the rest of this game for the bench, but he's in there to face Mason Holding from Marlowe, state champion. Marlowe beat Blanchard in the state championship game, Class 4A, 3-2. And for Holding, he's swings and misses. And he strikes out on 3 pitches. Third strikeout for Jaden Gould. And that will bring up, I believe, this is number 13. This is Riley Boyd. There you go. I tell you what, we are on the ball here today.
It's always a good feeling whenever you hear the PA guy
That's right.
say the name that you're looking at.
And he's the guy that runs the tournament. So if he doesn't know, why would I know? Riley Boyd is from Elk City. Jay McClure is head coach over there. And he's ahead in the count 1-0. Riley Boyd, he looks like a catcher. Doesn't he look like a catcher?
Yeah, there's a few certain positions that have a certain look about them, and catcher is one of them, and he certainly fits the bill there.
So Boyd from Elk City. See if I can figure out what he's going to be doing at the next level. Looks like he also plays a little first base and third base. 5'10", 240 pounds. Yep, those are catcher numbers right there. Count goes full, 3-2. Should be, okay, no, we're going back to the top of the order to Braylon Brooks after this. Like I said, we are ready for anybody to step in there. 3-2. Takes strike 3. Jaden Gould has now struck out 4. So back to the top of the inning we go, or the top of the order we go. Braylon Brooks, who's led off the ball game by striking out. Braylon Brooks going to OSU. He's committed to the Cowboys. Ooh, way inside. Count is 1-1. Brooks 5'9", 175 from Tuttle. You see the talent in these Oklahoma high schools, you know, going big time. We've kid from Tulane earlier, Julius Ajike Charles going to Tulane. That's D1, a pretty good D1 baseball program. OSU, of course, quality, great facilities. Here's the 1-2. Off speed and fouled back into the screen. 73 on the gun.
And that's not even mentioning the handful of guys who are sitting out today due to draft considerations.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. You're exactly right. There are going to be kids from Oklahoma that they're going to hear their name called. 1-2. We'll stay 1-2. I do have to throw in there that our camera guy extraordinaire, Camden Billy, was thinking about leaving his car on the street right behind the stadium, and I talked him out of it. He said, well, I did it last year, and I said, you didn't get a windshield broken out? He goes, no. I said, you need to move your car because the odds are against you.
If you didn't last year, then you're due this year.
That's right. If you didn't get it broken last year, you're due this year. I've learned to park at least a half a block away, usually a full block away here. And this area in downtown Enid, 25 years ago, okay, let's say 27 years ago, before they started this ballpark, it was a ugly industrial area. They built the ballpark. Now you've got an arena across the street, convention center, restaurants here in the southern part of downtown. 3-2 pitch. Braylon Brooks strikes out for the second time. And how about 1-2-3, 3 Ks here in the top of the third inning? No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We've played 2.5, 2-1. The East schools lead the West in our middle-sized all-state game. We'll take a break and be right back. You're watching it on Squirtle.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business. And remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
What would you do if you only had one life to live? Well, that's kind of how this whole thing works. So bite off more than you can chew. Don't wait for someone else's green light. Go after what they say you can't. Oklahoma needs more doers, and doers don't wait. Get skilled, get paid. Oklahoma Career Tech.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
The thing with car buying nowadays is just how many options there are when it comes to where to actually get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful. That's where Communication Federal can help. There's a reason we're known for auto loans around here. Lots of car options, lots of places to buy, but only one choice for an auto loan. Communication Federal Credit Union.
Caden Phelan is the new pitcher for the Middle West team. He's out of Blanchard. 6 foot tall, 170 pounds. From what we can tell, still has not picked a place to play baseball at the next level, if that's what he wants to do. And he will face, let's see here, Gajewski, Preston Gajewski leading off from Perkins Tryon. So top of the order here. And a bouncer, high bouncer on the infield. First baseman flips to the pitcher covering Dax McCaskill, flipping over to Phelan for the out. 3-1 on the put out. That'll bring up Wyatt Pierce. Pierce is 0 for 1. He bounced into the 3-6-3 double play back in the first inning. 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike.
Philan's not wasting any time so far. Once he gets the ball, he's right back on the rubber pretty quick.
Pierce from Fort Gibson. His coach Jacob Tolbert. The count is 1-2. Brock Struan will be up next. He had the triple back in the first inning. They stranded him over there. Count remains 1-2. Tom Nelson and Zach Friesen with you from the OBCA All-State Baseball Games here at David Allen Ballpark in Enid. So glad to be bringing it to you on Squirtle. First of 3 ball games coming your way today. Todd Miller will jump in here, have the last 2 after I am done. Count even at 2-2. And for the people who know me, the reason I'm not going to be around tonight, somebody roped me into being in the local production of the play Grease. I have not acted since I was a junior in high school. They're going to put me on the stage.
I just have to ask, how much are they paying you?
Not enough.
Not enough.
That's sprayed to right field. That's down for a base hit. Should be extra bases. Man, look at the speed as Wyatt Pierce digs for 2. Yeah, if you don't watch out, I'll start rattling off lines because I've got them floating in my head. So the double for Wyatt Pierce brings up Brock Struan, who had the triple back in the first inning.
I have to ask, how many musical numbers do you have? How many do you get?
Actually, I do not have to sing.
Mm.
I do not have to sing. I just have to set up some of the singers.
Okay.
Brock Struan is going to go to the state of Missouri to play at the next level. He's going to Crowder College. We were talking before the ball game. Crowder College made it to the D1 NJCAA World Series out in Grand Junction. That's a good program. Count evens at 1 apiece. Or 1-2, excuse me. So Brock is 6'3", 195. 1-2 pitch, runner goes, swing and a miss. Strikeout, safe at third. So 2 outs in the inning. First strikeout for Philan. Maverick Williams will step in. He struck out back in the first inning, 0 for 1. Here comes the run on the wild pitch. Wyatt Pierce doubled, moved to third and scores in the wild pitch, and now it's 3-1 East. Maverick Williams skies it to short right field. Camping under it is Brody Harris. And that will take care of the Middle East in the bottom of the third inning. They do pick up a run on a hit. No errors. And 1 left on base. We'll take a break and be right back. You're watching the OBCA All-State game on Squirtle.
Are you out of high school and looking for a career? At Tulsa Tech, you can explore exciting opportunities in IT, aviation, automotive, manufacturing, visual arts, and more. And Tulsa Tech offers a tuition-free scholarship for adults 18 to 23 years old. That's what I said, free. It's called the Accelerating Independent Scholarship. It's like fast-tracking into a career you love, can make money in, and a career with a future. Find out more about Tulsa Tech's Accelerating Independent Scholarship at tulsatech.edu.
Ready to get back in the game? Great news. The movement experts at Physical Therapy Central can help you find relief and results and keep you off the sidelines. With over 30 convenient locations across Oklahoma City and beyond, contact PT Central today at ptcentral.org to see a physical therapist.
In our business and at our firm, it's all about preparation, preparation, preparation. We are advocates for our client. We speak for them. So as a part of that advocacy, it involves hiring the best experts. It's doing the legal research. It's doing the medical research. That is advocacy behind the scenes. It's not just the bells and whistles in front of the jury.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
Back with you at David Allen Ballpark in downtown Enid, Oklahoma, the OBCA All-State Games. New pitcher for the Middle East, and we go to Verdigris for Luke Patterson. And Luke will take over for Jaden Gould, who is in line to pick up the win in this ball game. Patterson's coach, Brian Keith, he's a right-hander, and he will face Cale Winfrey. Nope, take it back. Let's see, who do we got out there now?
Looks like we have Dax McCaskill at the plate.
Dax McCaskill. Okay, we'll just throw him in down here. Grounder, the throw in time. So he is out. Was that 5? That was 5-3, correct?
That is correct. Cale Winfrey on the play.
So now we've got a 3 in there.
Looks like we're back towards this is the 3 hole. This is Cale Sutterth.
Oh, got it. Okay, I got it. Cale Sutterth at the plate. Like I said, trying to keep track of it. Sutterth grounded out to short back in the first inning. One pitch. There's a base hit into the corner. Could be extra bases. Cale Sutterth will dig for second. Stand-up double.
Yeah, it was a good piece of hitting there. Took the pitch, let it travel, go the opposite way, and get a nice, easy stand-up double.
So Carson Howe will bat now. Carson scored his first time up. He singled. Now take that back. He actually bounced out to short his first time up, and he's going to bounce out to third this time. Nope. It'll be an E5. They're going to send the runner around third. And going all the way to third, beating the throw. So Sutterth will score. Carson Howe will end up on third base. And that will be an E5. And that should bring up Mason Weir. And it was Weir who singled his last time up. So it's 3-2 now. Getting interesting. As Luke Patterson gave up his first hit. And then the air, scored the run, swing and a miss. Count evens at 1 apiece to Mason Weir. Mason Weir, 5'9", 155. Jones, bouncer back over the pitcher, played by the second baseman, Hunter Sparks, to first in time, and the run comes in. We're going to be tied.
It's a nice scoop there on the back end by Maverick Williamson. That was a tough play.
So they'll drive in the run. Carson Howe from third base. We are tied at 3. 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the West. 3 runs, 2 hits, and an error for the East. Mike Iglinski will step in there. He struck out back in the second inning. He's 0 for 1. So neither one of these runs for Patterson are earned. And there's a ground ball to the shortstop, played by Gesicki in time. So a couple of runs on a hit and an error, and we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. The Middle West and the Middle East are tied at 3, and you're watching the OBCA All-State Games on Squirtle.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
Got plans after the game? Head down to Enon Brewing Company. We've got something for everyone. In addition to a full kitchen and 18 different taps, we have something going on every evening of the tournament. Join us on Thursday from 6 to 8 for trivia, and we've got live music starting at 7 on Friday with Brett Walburn, and Saturday starting at 7 with Scott Lossman. We also have our weekend dinner special where we're bringing you our famous farm-to-table chicken fried steak. Grab your drink coupon from the hospitality room and head on over. We hope to see you soon.
Day in and day out, you're committed. Every practice, every training, every game, every meet, you put in the work. Your fans may not see it, but you do. You have a story to tell, a personal brand, a career to launch, and an audience to connect with. Take control of your story with Athleon.co. You're doing the work. You deserve to benefit from it.
Bottom of the 4th inning we go here at the OBCA All-State Games. The Middle East and Middle West are tied at 3. Middle East here in the bottom of the inning. Cale Winfrey leads off. He walked back in the second inning and came around to score. He grounds one to the second baseman, Mason Weir, throws to first in time. 1 pitch and 1 out. Makes it easy for Caden Phelan, the pitcher.
I never see a pitcher complain about that, getting an out with 1 pitch. They'll always take that.
Exactly right. Hunter Sparks is up there now. Hunter was hit by a pitch and came around to score. Back in the second. Right-handed hitter. 1-0. Bouncer, right side. Oh, under the glove of the first baseman. Let's see what they score that. I think that's E3. Yep. Didn't know if we get all-star game scoring or not. If E3 should have had it.
Yeah, that one was kind of like you mentioned. You're never really sure how generous they're going to be in the All-Star games. So
that'll bring up Beckham Smith, who walked back in the second inning. Go ahead run on base here with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th inning. We're going 7, first of 3 ball games. Strike from Caden Phelan. Oh, 1 delivery from the stretch, the pitch. Takes the strike, and he's ahead in the count 0-2. Phelan with the strikeout back in the 3rd inning, looking for his second. Oh, 2. Breaking pitch. Stays high and in. 72 on the gun. The count 1-2. Beckham Smith had to duck under it. One-two pitch. Right down the middle, swing and a miss. Threw it right by him. Strikeout number 2 for Caden Phelan.
Phelan's doing a good job so far. He's pitching well.
Brady Benham struck out back in the second inning. He's 0 for 1. And the pitch gets away. It's a strike. Got away from the catcher, and moving down to second base is Sparks with the stolen base. Count 0-1. And we talked about Benham, 4-time state champion wrestler. He won the 3A 165-pound weight class this year. Only 48 wrestlers in Oklahoma history have taken the state championship each of their 4 years in high school. That is impressive. And, of course, he was named the Class 3A Outstanding Wrestler of the state tournament. And he bounces one to the shortstop. It's played by Braylon Brooks to end the inning. 6-3 on the putout. No runs, no hits, an error, and 1 left on base. 4 complete, tied at 3. We'll take a break. You're watching the OBCA All-State Games on Squirtle.
East River Roustabout, centrally located in Oklahoma, provides construction services specifically tailored for oilfield projects. Our team consists of highly skilled, experienced professionals who offer a wide range of services in construction, maintenance, and operations, focusing on both upstream and midstream sectors. With a combined 44 years of experience in pipeline and roustabout services, our team leads have a proven track record of success for major energy companies. So call the team at East River Roustabout today, 405-849-5156.
A one-stop shop for all of your livestock care needs. 81 Feed and Seed is conveniently located on Highway 81 in Enid and Medford. We have everything you need: feed and show supplements, veterinary supplies, livestock handling, tack and equipment, gardening supplies, and even a new pair of boots. 81 Feed and Seed, your trusted agricultural supplier.
For over a century, Sooner Plains Ag has been at the heart of our communities. Sooner Plains Ag is proud to support all area students and athletes from their hometowns and yours. Sooner Plains Ag is ready to service your grain, fertilizer, and farm supply needs. You can also fill up at one of their 2 convenience stores in Fairview and Mino. Sooner Plains Ag is honored to serve their member owners in their 4-county area for more than 100 years. Sooner Plains Ag.
The lanky right-hander Luke Patterson delivers his first pitch to Jet Farmer, who hits it promptly into left field for a base hit to lead off the top of the 5th inning for the Middle West in a tie ball game. And Farmer is now 2 for 2. He doubled and drove in a run back in the second inning. So he's on there again here in the 5th. Bring up Caden Woods. Caden Woods was hit by a pitch back in the second. Fifth inning, we're going 7, so we're getting down to it. And Luke Patterson, his second inning of work, just gave up his second hit. 1-0. Fouled back into the screen. And the count is even at 1-1. I'm thinking it's the large schools next, and then the small schools later on this evening. Middle, large, small. And the middle schools are class 3A and 4A, basically. Sprayed foul again. 5A, 6A, the large schools. 3A, 4A for the middle, then 2A, Class A, and B for your small school game. Here's the 1-2. Little high heat, threw it by him in the strikeout for the first out of the inning. And the first strikeout for Luke Patterson.
Yeah, don't believe Caden Woods was expecting high heat there. I think he might have been guessing something else.
There's Brody Harris. Brody Harris from Lawn Grove. He's coached by Tyler Pybus. He bounced back to the pitcher to end the second inning. 1-0. Breaking pitch found the strike zone. 73 on the gun, and the count evens at 1 apiece. That breeze continuing to come in from right field. The south breeze here. It's a cool breeze, only, 75 degrees here.
Never complain about that in June in Oklahoma.
Exactly right. 1-2. We had good weather during the World Series here, too, this last week. Only one, back last Saturday, I think we had some weather issues. Some severe storms came through. They're able to keep it pretty much on schedule. They caught up. You come to the ballpark, you can get the official All-State T-shirt. Grab a hot dog or hamburger from the concession stand. A swing and a miss. Strikeout for Harris. Back-to-back strikeouts now. 2 outs, that runner over at first base. Jet Farmer's over there. But Luke Patterson, we may be possibly seeing his final batter. I'm not gonna promise anything. So there's Mason Holding. He struck out to lead off the third inning.
Not going to go out on any limbs anymore.
No,
huh?
Not at all. Little high heat. 78 on the gun. Oh, 1 pitch. Popped up, foul right side. I don't think it's playable. You've got an area down that right field line, as you see. You've got that low wall down there. And I've seen right fielders try to leap up on the wall and take a step or two and make a catch, but you are not supposed to do that. So
doesn't mean people won't try.
They'll try. They'll try.
You can tell them not to, but if that little thought in the back of your head says go for it.
Exactly right. Here's the 1-1. One hopper to the shortstop. Took a pretty tough hop. He makes the play and flips over to second for the fourth. And Mason Harding is out, and that will take care of the Middle West in the top of the fifth inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the fourth. We're tied at 3. You're watching the OBCA All-State Games on Squirtle.
Alva State Bank and Trust Company. Older than Oklahoma, big enough to serve you and small enough to know you. We've been around since 1901, proudly serving the communities of Northwest Oklahoma and Southern Kansas. We are making banking easy. Whether you're at home, in the office, or waiting for the next quarter to start, our online or mobile banking options help you to juggle busy schedules and financial needs. So stop by and see us at any of our locations in Alva, Burlington, Freedom, Enid, and Kiowa, Kansas. We plant roots where others have branches. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Enabling local. Sidwell Distribution is a local business that loves supporting Northwest Oklahoma schools and businesses. We are here to service all of your concession stands, restaurants, food trucks, churches, and more. With candy, paper goods, fried food basics, and even local products, we will exceed your expectations with competitive pricing and excellent service.
When your business is agriculture, you want a bank behind you that doesn't cut and run at the first sign that there will be some tough times ahead. There are good years and there are always bad years. At Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, we're here for them all. Agriculture, it's the backbone of our local community. We believe in it. We invest in it. We're here for the long haul. If you're in agriculture, it's time to let Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma make your best even better. Contact a loan officer today. Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, the area's leading lender in agriculture.
Bottom of the fifth inning for the Middle East, and somewhere around the bottom of the order as well, as Aiden Berry will step in from the right side. First pitch fouled back. Berry facing.
Looked like I don't know if the gun was on.
Oh,
there.
really? What
Caught
did it say?
91.
Wow.
I think that might have caught the foul ball.
Yeah, Caden, that might be it. Caden Phelan back on the mound. And he's ahead of the count 0-2 to Berry. Berry hit by a pitch back in the second inning. Little inside on that one. The count goes to 1-2. So Caden Phelan is beginning his third inning of work, correct? Because Charles went 2. So Caden Phelan beginning his third inning of work.
That is correct. Usually we'll get one guy go 3 and the other 2 will go 2 innings to get that magic 7. It's just anybody's guess who will get that third inning.
Got a couple of strikeouts, has given up a hit that doubled to Pierce. He has yet to walk anybody. And he gave up the 1 run. Now the count goes full 3-2. The man, the myth, the legend, Todd Miller has arrived, and he will hold court for the rest of the afternoon and evening after we're done here. And he brought reinforcements. He brought Buddy. He brought his dog.
And I think I speak for everyone here in the press box. And I say that Buddy got a better welcome than Todd did.
That's right. There's a base hit to right for Berry. He's used to it.
That's usually how it goes when you're a dog owner. You show up, everyone asks, "Where's your dog?"
So there's Jackson Clubb, who struck out back in the second inning. So the go-ahead run over there at first base with nobody out here in the bottom of the fifth inning, going 7 in this All-Star game. And Clubb takes the first pitch from Patterson, or take it back from Phelan. For a ball, the count 1-0. Phelan just gave up his second hit. 3 runs, 4 hits, and an error for the West. 3-3-1 for the East. Been a pretty good ball game. You know, we don't have, I guess we have 1 error each way. That's right, pass ball. And like we talked about earlier, the catchers have a big challenge in this game. And we've seen quite a few of those. Few of the pass balls, wild pitches, balls back to the screen.
Yeah, we mentioned earlier that Jaden Gould and his catcher, Luke Patterson, they seem to be on the same page quite a bit. But, yeah, other than that, it's been a little bit of a challenge at times so far.
Count is 3-0 to Clubb. Takes the strike, runner to third, sliding in safely with the stolen base, and your go-ahead run is 90 feet away. So 3-1. Should be Cole Hamlin coming up next, and I believe we're correct. There's a base hit up the middle. There's your RBI single up the middle for Jackson Clubb that'll drive in a run. So back-to-back singles now. Berry comes in to score. And it's 4-3 as the Middle East grabs the lead. And a courtesy runner is one of the number ones. You know, they may only have one number one. I'm not too sure. There's a couple of players there. We got a courtesy runner. I'm afraid to tell you who it is.
My best guess would be Brady Benham.
You go for it.
That'll be my guess.
Count is 0-2 to Cole Hamlin. He walked back in the second inning. Swing and a miss. Ball gets away from the catcher. He slides on the logo, and they say it was contact, a foul ball, or what? No, say he struck out.
No, it looks because the base was occupied at
Got
the
it.
time of the time of the pitch.
Good
so.
call. So the strikeout by Hamlin, second out in the inning, pick it back first out in the inning, and we go back to the top of the order. Here's Preston Gajewski from Perkins Tryon. Runner at second, one out. Skied to center field. Jet Farmer comes up, and makes a diving catch as that wind just kept pushing it away from him out there in center.
Yeah, we've seen the wind play some tricks on some people a few times. It looked like for a second it might be an easier play for Mason Weir, but all in all, a good effort, like you mentioned, for Jet Farmer.
Okay, so this is number 5. We're looking for a number 5. And I am not seeing one. Might be Connor Johns or Carson Wiggins. You have any better guesses than that?
Let me see here. This is a great question.
We've got some names down there at the bottom of the Connor Johns. Let's see, can we tell who it is? It's Connor Johnson from Salina. That's one guy. And then Carson Wiggins from Roland. So if that uniform is Salina or Roland, we would have an idea here.
I'm thinking that this might be Carson Wiggins.
Okay, count is 1 and 2. We're going with that. Carson Wiggins. As we said, Carson Wiggins from Roland is Coach Darrell Wiggins. Got to bet that's probably Daddy. One and 2, he swings and misses. And that will take care of the Middle East in the bottom of the 5th inning, but they do pick up a run on a couple of singles. So 4-3, the East over the West. We'll take a break. You're watching the OBCA All-State game, top of the 6th coming up on Squirtle.
For more than a century, you have made St. Mary's your healthcare choice. It might be our dedication, compassion, and skill, or the personalized patient experience. Perhaps it is our award-winning, high-quality care. Whatever your reason, you trust St. Mary's will offer advanced technology and comprehensive care close to home. Learn more about our services at stmarysregional.com.
This is Game Time. Neptune Game Time creates a high-energy game day atmosphere that your players and fans will love. Every song in our database is 100% lyric safe, which means you can stop screening music for good. Game Time also provides custom messaging to help you promote your upcoming events, concessions, and event-specific announcements. And it gives you the opportunity to sell sponsorships on your station that will generate revenue for your athletic department. Amp up your game day with Game Time.
Anger, anxiety, worry, and disbelief. These are normal emotions to feel with an unplanned pregnancy. You have options, and you are not alone. Hope Pregnancy Center in Alva is a safe, confidential, and compassionate place to land. Hope offers free pregnancy testing and ultrasound, and you will be provided.
New pitcher for the East is Dakota Anglieski. And Dakota is from Sperry, 6'1", 187. And the first pitch to, let's see here. Where are we at in the order?
Looks like we have Riley Boyd.
Riley Boyd.
And I think that Riley may have just claimed a victim in the parking lot.
So Riley Boyd up there. He struck out back in the third inning. And he's ahead in the count, 2-1. Now 3-1. We are in the top of the sixth inning. Pops it fouled back and out of play. Riley Boyd from Elk City. Jay McClure is coach out there. Three-two. Low and in. Ball 4. So a leadoff base runner now. Boyd on for the first time. And do we go back to the top of the order? We do. Braylon Brooks from Tuttle. He struck out twice. He's 0 for 2. His West squad trailing 4-3 here in the top of the sixth inning. We're going 7, so we're getting down to it a little bit. Right-handed pitch from Dakota Glieski is a strike, and the count's 0-1. We've got a courtesy runner over there for Boyd at first. And there's a shot to center field. Brady Benham will come up and camp under it, make the play, 1 down.
Yet another one where as the ball gets closer to the ground, we still see the outfielder moving in further and further and further.
Dax McCaskill. Flied out to right back in the first inning, grounded out to third base in the fourth. He's 0 for 2. Dax is from Washington. He is a state champion his senior year. They beat Perry 4-0 in the state championship game, Class 3A. Here's the 0-1. Runner goes, throw down, not in time. And the stolen base. Count evens at 1 apiece. McCaskill with the runner in scoring position now. His team trailing by 1. Now the count goes to 2-1. This ball game, let's see, these 3 games have been in Enid. What is this? Probably, the 4th or 5th year in a row we've had them up here?
That sounds about right.
Since Brad Gore came to Enid, a lot of these events have been coming with him. He has a lot of influence, which is great. We love these events in Enid. The more things we don't have to drive to Tulsa or the city for, the better.
I mean, I personally wouldn't mind it being in the city.
Yeah.
That'd be a little closer of a commute for me.
That's right.
But all in all, I can't complain about a trip to this ballpark. This is a fantastic place to play a game and watch a game.
It really is. You come down here, you've got the Humphrey Baseball Museum down there on the concourse with the history of baseball at Enid, which most people don't know, and I can't give you all the Enid Harvesters back in the 1920s, as that ball will go to the screen. The runner moves over to third. The Enid Harvesters, sometime back in the late 1819, early 1920s, they have one of the best records in professional baseball history one year. And you look at the history of baseball in this town. Since they built this ballpark in around 2000, like I said, 25 years, high on the infield. The shortstop will play it. finally comes down, and it's played by Preston Gesicki, for the second out of the inning. But you look at what this ballpark has wrought when you see out there right under the scoreboard, American Legion national champions in 2005, NJCAA Division II World Series champions for NOC Enid in 2019, and then the Connie Mack State World Series championship in 2021. The Enid Majors went 37-0. And, it's since they got this ballpark, you get some of the best players to come here and play in the summertime, or like NOC Enid. You got to imagine how easy it is to recruit at that level when you've got this ballpark as your home park.
Absolutely. And then just like speaking from personal experience, like whenever we would come out here and play during summer ball, you mentioned, we'd bring teams from all over. We'd come out here. We'd always love playing here. And then we had several teammates who played here at NOC and won a few national championships. So it's definitely a hotbed for some good baseball.
Here's Cale Sutterth, who doubled and scored back in the fourth inning. He's 1 for 2. He also grounded out to short back in the first. 0-1 pitch. Takes it low and in. The count evens at 1 apiece. Enid High has been pretty successful. This is their home park. This is basically Enid High's home field. Line foul down the right side. The count goes to 1-2. This ballpark, there is something going on here almost every night in the summertime. And I tell you what, you can rattle off some of the guys that we've seen play here. I do a lot of the PA next door, a lot of the PA announcing, and Bobby Witt Jr. played here. JT Realmuto played here, called his, said his name a few times. Andrelton Simmons played here in the World Series. Of course, the name Holiday from Stillwater.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe Brian Anderson went to play college ball at Arkansas and has been in the major leagues for quite some time now.
Count is 1-2. There's been some major league talent that's come through this ballpark. Bouncer to the second baseman, played by Hunter Sparks. 4-3 on the putout. That runner got all the way to third, but they couldn't bring him in. So after 5.5, still 4-3, the East over the West. We'll take a break and be right back. You're watching the OBCA All-State game on Squirtle.
Are you looking for a local, reliable propane provider? Earnhardt Oil and Propane has been serving customers throughout Oklahoma since 1971. Let them tailor a pricing option to fit your budget. Avoid winter price spikes with easy pay, steady, predictable monthly payments you can count on. Need more fuel options? They also offer bulk fuel delivery, DEF, lubricants, and supplies for your business, all at competitive prices. For reliability 3 generations strong, call Earnhardt Oil and Propane at 866-270-1279 or visit www.earnhardtpropane.com.
Why be a ranger? At Northwestern, with small classes, you can be seen. With over 40 programs from business to nursing, you can be career-driven. With a campus home away from home, you can be independent. With over half our students graduating without student loans, you can be debt-free. And with a mosaic of cultures, you can be you. Northwestern, success lives here.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business. And remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
I thought it was Zogger. We are back with you, going to the bottom of the 6th inning. And a big reason why Perry made a run all the way to the 3A state championship game is on the mound right now, Kyler Zogger, the left-handed pitcher. And he's going to play at Cowley College up in Kansas, a very good Division I JUCO program. Of course, Perry, a Squirtle school, Seen a lot of this kid on Squirtle.tv. Carson Howe is at the plate. Now take it back. It is Wyatt. Is it Wyatt Pierce?
Believe it is.
Let's see, 16.
Believe it is Brock Stroon.
Oh, it's Stroon. Okay, there we go. All right. So Stroon at the plate. He's had a good afternoon. He tripled back in the first inning. Struck out in the third. Did Pierce bat to wrap up that last inning?
He got hit for. That was the guy
That's
that we were
right.
trying to figure out who it was.
That's exactly right. That's
so
where we
I
are.
believe they just pinch hit for him. And he didn't get another at bat.
There you go. It's all making sense now. Like we said, it's a team effort to keep the roster straight. Count even 2-2 to Brock Stroon. East on top 4-3. Swing and a miss and a strikeout. 89 on the gun. Kyler Zogger with the strikeout.
89 from the left-hand side. That'll get you some places.
Yep. Coach at Cowley's going, I like that.
And as a former left-handed hitter, I do not like that.
So now Maverick Williamson will step in. He struck out back in the first inning, flied out to right in the third. He's 0 for 2. That pitch outside will go to the screen. Cale Winfrey will be in the on-deck circle. One thing we've also learned with this all-star game, as there's a bouncer to the shortstop, played by Howe over there to first base in time. 2 outs. One thing I've also learned about this all-star game as Kel Winfrey comes to the plate is that if the home team is leading in the bottom of the 7th inning, they will get a chance to bat. That seems to happen a lot too. So don't think we will be done if the Middle East can hold the Middle West in the top of the 7th inning. We'll probably have, because they want to get kids playing time, get some at-bats. This is an all-star game.
Absolutely.
I don't blame them a bit.
Yeah, I want to make sure they get rewarded for their efforts and get them every chance they can to shine out here.
Kel Winfrey walked and scored back in the second and bounced out to second. Pitcher covering back in the fourth. He's 0 for 2. Two outs here in the bottom of the 6th. The pitch to Winfrey. Just misses the outside part of the plate, and the count now 2-1. Cale Winfrey from Adair, his coach Chase Knott. Ground ball to the shortstop. Brooks to play it to first in time. 3 up and 3 down in the bottom of the 6th inning for the Middle East. And we go to the top of the 7th. Middle West needs to score a run or pick up a couple if they can. You're watching the OBCA All-Star Game on Squirtle.
What would you do if you only had one life to live? Well, that's kind of how this whole thing works. So bite off more than you can chew. Don't wait for someone else's green light. Go after what they say you can't. Oklahoma needs more doers, and doers don't wait. Get skilled, get paid. Oklahoma Career Tech.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
The thing with car buying nowadays is just how many options there are when it comes to where to actually get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful. That's where Communication Federal can help. There's a reason we're known for auto loans around here. Lots of car options, lots of places to buy, but only one choice for an auto loan.
It is a celebration of high school baseball in Enid, Oklahoma. OBCA All-State games, top of the 7th inning we go. Middle West trailing 4-3, needs to make something happen right here. And Carson Howe at the plate. Howe got on by way of an error his last time up, came around to score. He grounded out to short back in the 2nd inning. And he's ahead in the count, 2-0 right now. There's Dakota and Gleski. Begins his 2nd inning of work, and there's a ball 4. There's your base runner. That is what you need if you're the West. So here's Mason Weir. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out to second. Tying run on base now, top of the 7th. Righty-righty matchup. That pitch will just miss outside. The count 1-0. In there for a strike, 70 on the gun. The count is even at 1 apiece. Nice crowd out here enjoying some baseball, really honoring these seniors. Boy, that got away from him. And a nice play by the catcher. They get him out? No.
That was like you mentioned, that was a heck of a play behind the plate to save that one. It went behind the head of Weir.
I don't think that's Aiden Berry behind the plate anymore. I think it might be the second catcher. I think it's Jackson Clubb.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think it's Jackson Clubb who made that play. Make sure we get him a mention. Yeah, see, Clubb is 1, and that's 1 down there behind under the tools of ignorance. 1-2 pitch, runner goes, fouled, he'll go back. Count stays 1-2. A little bit of high drama in the middle-sized school all-star game here in Enid, the all-state game.
Yeah, you always hope for, even though it is an exhibition, you always hope for a competitive game. And
Yep.
You got a 1-run game in the 7th inning. They can't ask for much more than that.
That's exactly right. Here's the 1-2. Bouncer third base side. They go to second for 1. They'll get the lead runner on the fielder's choice as Kel Winfrey over at third base makes the play. So 5-4 on the fielder's choice. And that's the first out of the inning. And Mike Aglinski will step in. He is 0 for 2. He struck out back in the 2nd inning and grounded out to short in the 4th. Aglinski from Bishop McGinnis, coached by Jared White, takes for a strike and the count 0-1. There's one to the third baseman. Cale Winfrey makes the play to second. Another fielder's choice. They get the lead runner. Another 5-4 putout. So now Jet Farmer up there. He doubled back in the 2nd inning, singled in the 4th. He's 2 for 2. Here's your candidate for player of the game, and he could really
if the West
wrap on this one if the West can come back if he does something right here.
And not to mention, he had a nice diving play out in center field on that ball that got caught up in the wind.
Yes, he did, and they hit him. So he's on base for the 3rd time. So they aren't done yet. Caden Woods is up there. He's 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch back in the 2nd. He struck out in the 5th. And there's a ground ball to the second baseman. Hunter Sparks makes the play to Williamson, and that will take care of the West in the top of the 7th inning. And our decision, are they going to go on? Yep, they're going to go on and play the bottom of the 7th inning. We know who's going to win. We're not too sure what the final score will be at this point, as the Middle East will come to the plate leading 4-3 in the bottom of the 7th. We'll take a quick break and be right back. You're watching it on Squirtle.
Are you out of high school and looking for a career? At Tulsa Tech, you can explore exciting opportunities in IT, aviation, automotive, manufacturing, visual arts, and more. And Tulsa Tech offers a tuition-free scholarship for adults 18 to 23 years old. That's what I said, free. It's called the Accelerating Independence Scholarship. It's like fast-tracking into a career you love, can make money in, and a career with a future. Find out more about Tulsa Tech's Accelerating Independence Scholarship at tulsatech.edu.
Ready to get back in the game? Great news. The movement experts at Physical Therapy Central can help you find relief and results and keep you off the sidelines. With over 30 convenient locations across Oklahoma City and beyond, contact PT Central today at ptcentral.org to see a physical therapist.
In our business and at our firm, it's all about preparation, preparation, preparation. We are advocates for our client. We speak for them. So as a part of that advocacy, it involves hiring the best experts. It's doing the legal research. It's doing the medical research. That is advocacy behind the scenes. It's not just the bells and whistles in front of the jury.
Well, the Middle East will win this ball game, but they will get their at-bats here in the bottom of the 7th inning, and Kyler Zager will go to the mound for Perry as he'll get his second inning of work. And Hunter Sparks leads off. Hunter was hit by a pitch and scored in the second, got on by way of an error in the 4th. And the count is even at 1 apiece to Sparks. Hunter Sparks is Coach DJ Gist from Spiro. Countdown 2-1. So Sparks, Smith, and Benham is who we're supposed to get here. Swing and a miss, the count 2-2. So the Middle East, 4 runs on 4 hits and 1 error. The West, 3 runs, 4 hits and 1 error. And the lefty, Zager, pitch high, goes full 3-2. Threw it by him. 87 on the gun for the first out of the inning, which brings up Beckham Smith. Beckham Smith walked in the 2nd inning, struck out in the 4th. He's officially 0 for 1. And a lot of these kids, they may play baseball this summer, but they may never play baseball again after this because they'll go on to maybe different sports. Of course, you go to college or go out to the real world and find a real job. This might be their last chance to play baseball with a uniform on. And, of course, a lot of softball probably going to be played by these guys over the next 20 years or so. Count evens at 1 apiece.
They definitely wouldn't be the first to take up that hobby.
That's exactly right. But it is cool that a lot of these guys will go on to play the D1 level, D2. A lot of these community college, these junior college kids that will go on to. That's one thing good about Oklahoma. You've got a very robust junior college program across the state. 2-1 pitch fouled over toward the dugout. Count evens at 2-2. I will be calling it a day after this one, and then Todd Miller will be coming in to join Zach. Todd, what did 3 basketball games yesterday? 3 basketball games. He is the Renaissance man. 3 all-state basketball games yesterday and 2 all-state baseball games here today. In 2 different cities. He was in Edmond yesterday and Enid today. And I tell you what, his lovely wife, Mary Margaret, joins him on the road. And they brought the dog today. Ball 4. So, Zach, I don't think you know this yet, but you're out here after this. Buddy's doing color for the rest of the afternoon and evening.
Well, thank you for breaking the news to me. Guess I found out who their first choice was now that Buddy's here.
That's right. Here's Brady Benham. Brady struck out back in the second inning, grounded out to short in the fourth. Fouled back into the screen, the count 0-1. Aiden Berry in the on-deck circle. You know, I noticed the Hunter Shepard made the trip up from, Purcell up to Enid today to be here and cover this and take pictures. I think he's been here before, but it's the first time I've seen him in Enid. The young, soon-to-be high school legend, quickly becoming a high school legend covering high school sports in Oklahoma. 0-2 pitch. And the count goes to 1-2. Speaking, let's talk about Squirtle. Squirtle people who I got to give a shout out to. How about Jay Sternberger? Caught the winning touchdown yesterday in the UFL game for the Birmingham Stallions. Of course, we had him on the Pick'em show last fall. Around the horn to second for one. And that ball takes a fortuitous carom off of the fence. Keep that runner at first. So I got the runner at second.
We got Brandon Whedon and Wes Welker going to come on the show next year.
I got Brandon Whedon, Wes Welker going to come onto the show next year. I got to be a part of that. So 2 outs in the inning. We're 1 out away from ending this one. Keep in mind the East has already won the ball game 4-3. We're just playing out the bottom of the 7th inning here to give these kids some more playing time. Kyler Zogger, the pitch. Misses inside. Aiden Berry hit by a pitch in the second inning. Singled. And then his courtesy runner came around to score. That happened in the 5th. On the outside corner for a strike. And the count now 1-1. A ball and a strike, 2 outs here. Runner at first for the victorious Middle East. Runner goes, pitch outside, throw down to second, and a stolen base. So let's see here. The win would go to Luke Patterson. The loss would go to Caden Phelan, I believe. And, of course, it being an all-star game, nobody cares. So if I'm wrong, it's not a huge deal. But I'm a stat freak, so you know how that goes.
No, I think I heard people say they're going to hold you to that.
They're going to hold it.
If you have it wrong, you're not invited back.
If I have it wrong, I've got to sneak out of the ballpark, never to be seen again.
That's correct.
I'll be honest with you. When I walk out of this ballpark today, I won't come back here till Enid High baseball season next spring. So, and after I lived here for the JUCO World Series last week, I won't miss it for a while. Struck him out, and that'll take care of the ball game. So Kyler Zogger with the strikeout, and that is his third of the ball game, and the fans will rise their feet, and they will honor these All-Stars. The Middle East with the win, 4-3. We'll take a break and put a wrap on this one when we come back. You're watching it on Squirtle.tv.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
Got plans after the game? Head down to Enid Brewing Company. We've got something for everyone. In addition to a full kitchen and 18 different taps, we have something going on every evening of the tournament. Join us on Thursday from 6 to 8 for trivia, and we've got live music starting at 7 on Friday with Brett Walworth and Saturday starting at 7 with Scott Laughlin. We also have our weekend dinner special where we're bringing you our famous farm-to-table chicken fried steak. Grab your drink coupon from the hospitality room and head on over. We hope to see you soon.
Day in and day out, you're committed. Every practice, every training, every game, every meet, you put in the work. Your fans may not see it, but you do. You have a story to tell, a personal brand, a career to launch, and an audience to connect with. Take control of your story with Athleon.co. You're doing the work. You deserve to benefit from it.
Now the Middle East beats the Middle West 4-3. 4 runs, 4 hits in an air for the Middle East. 3 runs, 4 hits in an air for the Middle West. So the pitching kind of dominated away in this one. Had a low-scoring ball game, good ball game, moved along very quickly. Winning pitcher is Luke Patterson. He was the second pitcher of the afternoon for the East. But our MVP is the starting pitcher for the East. Jaden Gould went 3 innings, gave up 2 hits, 1 run, struck out 4, didn't walk anybody, and we missed it during the break, but he got the Most Valuable Player award and got a really nice, is that a Squirtle bat? Is that what you said? It's a Squirtle hat. But he was handed a bat, wasn't he? He got a bat and he was handed a hat. So, yeah, bat in the hat, cat in the hat, something like that. But and I think it's ironic that you give the MVP of the game that's a pitcher, give him a bat. He did bat in the ball game. They did let him bat in the contest. But a nice game. And these all-star games, they're, you're playing them just, you're honoring the kids. It gives a chance for the parents to take pictures of their kids one more time. And we had a lot of fun with this one. I believe the loss went to Caden Fallon as he went was the second pitcher for the West, gave up a couple of hits and a run, gave up that winning run, that go-ahead run in about the 5th inning, struck out 2, didn't walk anybody. Then Kyler Zogger finished it up with 3 strikeouts for the West. For the East, Luke Patterson struck out a couple, didn't walk anybody. Then Dakota Angleski pitched the final 2 innings for the East in the contest. So a lot of fun and a win for the Middle East. We've got the large schools coming up next. That game set for a 3:30 start. 350 start. Got about an hour or so before that one. And then supposed to be around 6 or so for our final ball game tonight with the small schools. And Todd Miller will take over with Zach Friesen and take it from here. Would like to thank the Squirtle crew, Camden Billy, Ella Sunkin, Toby Young, putting this show together, and all the players and coaches and the fans who support the OBCA. Big schools coming up next, taking the stage, but one more time in this one. The Middle East schools, 4 runs, 4 hits in an air. The Middle West, 3 runs, 4 hits, and 1 air. Congratulations to the East. We'll take a break and come back in about an hour with Todd. You've been watching the OBCA All-State Games on Squirtle.